Hi, everyone. I'm here with Dan Egan, who's come over all the way from the United States of America and to here in the Northern French Alps for the end of season skiing that is exceptional, even at the end of April. And he's here for a month, as he is every year. And one of the things I tell people is that you started doing this is a tradition of yours. You come here every year at the end of the season, and you have done so for almost 20 seasons now.
Yeah,
And this is despite the fact that you could go anywhere in the world. You've skied on all continents and in every heli skiing, ski area, and ski touring, a lot of the ski touring possibilities that are open. So why do you
yeah.
come here?
Well, it's amazing to come here. It's great to be with you as always, Henry. And I love my springtime in Val because, you're going to get every type of weather. We've had spring, we've had powder. And as you know, we're riding the storm out right now. It's a 3-day storm. So when this thing breaks, we're going to be out there chewing up the pow again. And what it's going to be April 18th. And, clients are interested in this because of the vast openness of Val d'Isere.
Yeah.
As you know, around the world, Val d'Isere is known for big, wide open snowfields. And whether it's corn snow or powder, it's magic. And this time of year, you get it all. So happy to be here and always good to be with you.
Great. Well, you speaking of your professional capacity over here, one of the things I'm doing is helping professionals to make things safer for themselves and their clients by providing a framework for, I call it accident reduction. I mean, the goal is for everybody to have more fun because you can have a means by which you reduce the chances of an accident or prevent an accident, and also have a plan for what to do in the worst case scenario. So it sounds all kind of bad, but the idea is to get things down to an acceptable risk so that you can have the most fun possible. An acceptable risk about the level of risk of the things we do in our everyday life, like driving for an hour or so. And one of the things that you've come on board with is taking this framework and the safety pack, as I call it, and providing it to the people you ski with, so that they're in on the whole thing with you. So it's not just down onto your shoulders to keep things safe on the mountain.
Well, as you know, Henry, I've been saying this for years about your program and all that you teach is that it's bite-sized usable pieces and it's there for the everyday skier. I've skied with operations all around the world and you show up, whether it's CAT or heli or wherever, and some guide is yelling at you about the dangers of avalanche and how to use your beacon. And it's very confusing and very overwhelming. But what you've always done is broken it down so that the average skier, the consumer, can use it and understand it. And that's what I've always appreciated it. And again, you've done it here with the pack, where you go, how you go, right? Those are just simple phrases.
Yeah.
And then right here, you have the package, broken down on how to use it. So when I give this to my clients, they feel better.
Yeah.
They feel they're educated. It's simple. They know how to use it, but they're feeling like they're part of the process, and that's the whole key, right?
And it takes kind of that burden off of your shoulders too, because to be fair, avalanches aren't the only thing you're worried about
Right,
either
no.
out there. It's like people forgetting their ski pass for the years and stuff
Well,
like that.
there's so much to be thinking about, and when you're in a place like Val d'Isere where there's so many options on any given day on where to go,
Yeah.
why to go there, how to get there, when to get there.
Yeah.
If they're part of the process, your day moves faster. You're on time.
Yeah.
You're not going to miss it, right? And if they understand that they're part of the process, then they're part of the process while you're skiing.
Mhm.
They're thinking about their own safety. They're thinking about my safety, your safety. And this is it's a total team effort, right? It's a group effort. And of course, we all know that guiding friends and family is the hardest, right? People that you know and want to, be experts themselves.
Yeah.
So this also gives them, it diffuses that as well, because now they have a common thing that we all follow.
Yeah.
Whether it's, the one you have on rescue or the one you have on reducing risk.
Yeah.
The way
Prevention card and the rescue card
Yeah.
that make up the hat pack.
the hat
The
pack.
black part, the black and white bit is the rescue card, and then the memory aid for prevention with the 9 points here is the prevention card.
And the memory aid is great, right? Because so many people, they put on the pack, they have the beacon on, and sometimes it's a new experience, sometimes it's an overwhelming experience.
Yeah.
Just that alone. So having a memory aid just totally makes sense. And again, even the term memory aid just breaks it down to like, oh, I don't have to know all of this. I have the cheat sheet to go rely on. You know, my clients, when we review this on the chairlift, we review it on the gondola before we head out. We're skinning up and getting ready and putting together. You can break it out and talk about it. It provides a conversation on the skin up, so that when you're coming down, it's kind of fresh on your mind. And again, there's never been, that I can find, information that's totally geared at the average skier. The person who is putting themselves, one, they're here on vacation, they want to have the ultimate day, and they're seeking adventure, whether that be powder, corn snow, or just dropping over the coal, right? So when they feel part of it, there's more engagement. When they feel part of it, there's more engagement. And that engagement helps with everything around safety.
Well, and that's been always my goal, is to help people have more fun and be safer with or without a professional. So the complement to the talks now is this form of a pack or a memory aid to help people apply those safety points in view of that, to get the most out of their time on the mountain. You as a professional, them with or without a professional, and it makes for a much better, much more fun time on the mountain in general, huh?
Yeah, well, you're really hitting on it, because now with all the new equipment and the access, people feel like they don't need a professional. Because the wider skis, they float in the snow, they can get over
the water skis.
The water,
the wider skis. Yeah,
we're all for it, right? I mean,
definitely,
it's great technology, but we want everybody to be safe. And when you have a memory aid like this that covers all the points you're talking about, it's very helpful in reminding them on where they're going, why they're going there, how they're going to get there, and how they're going to use it.
And one thing I did with this as well, to help to apply in view of it, is and help to keep the level of risk down to that which is acceptable everyday activities. I've also put the framework, each point given a score, and then you can line yourself up on the on a scale down at the bottom too, and mainly in view of helping to apply it, but the points that help to keep us safe out there, but also to give us just a general idea of whether we're getting into over our heads or not.
Well, again, usable information, right?
Yeah.
This is information you can have over breakfast, over a lunch, over dinner the night before you go, or afterwards, and recapping your day. And that's really the beauty of the overall HAT program. So whether somebody attends your talk or does a beacon training with you, they walk away with something tangible. And of course, they can get this now online. You can get it here on YouTube and look at it. It's amazing. Yeah,
and this card really is aimed at people who have done other courses and training as well. As you said, it sometimes can be so overwhelming, all the information you get from Avalanche courses, that when you're actually out on the mountain with all of the enthusiasm and everything, being able to come back to the basic points, that the basic safety points that keep you safe are the same no matter what Avalanche course you do. So you could do it with Henry's Avalanche Talk, which, by the way, on our website, henrysavalanchetalk.com. Also, I've got a whole bunch of tips and sometimes some free talks on the basics on YouTube as well. Henry's Avalanche Talk on YouTube. You can access that, or you can use this to help apply the points you learn from other courses as well.
Well, having gone through so many different trainings and Avi courses, what I see here, and what people and the response I get when they use it is it triggers what they learned.
Yeah, well, and that's the aim.
And it reinforces what they've learned, and sometimes in such a practical way that it makes more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the courses, sometimes you're like, oh, today, day one, day two, and then we did this and then we did that. But it's not sort of applicable to everyday travel, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
this breaks it down so it's applicable to everyday skiing and where you're going. And again, just the conversation amongst the group is invaluable.
Yeah, so my aim is this is for people for beginners off piste backcountry touring as a point of departure, the points that really mattered in terms of accident reduction. It's aimed at experts as points for further training and focus on further training, and also for professionals. And that's why I had you in here today, is for professionals as a training tool and also an aid to help just make things go smoother, whether you're ski touring or off piste or whatever you're doing.
And always just to lower the anxiety of the group. I mean, that's always my goal, right?
Yeah.
Lower the anxiety of the group. You're going to people's performance is going to go up. They're going to have a better time. And there's going to be better communication. So when you have tools like this that lower the anxiety and up the performance, it's almost a guarantee to a better day. And of course, we all want to go back. We all want to go back and do it again. We want one more run.
It's addictive.
It's addictive. So, whether you're skiing anywhere around the world, this can help you. And if you come over here to Europe, which is, just a totally different game.
Especially for Americans.
Totally different game.
Why don't you make a point about that?
Yeah. Well, of course, everything is somewhat controlled in America. So there's been patrol, there's been some bombing, some avalanche mitigation. Here, it's just too big.
Yeah. When the second you go off the marked runs, you're going into unsecured areas, and that's where you have to take responsibility for your own safety and the safety of your group.
It makes it for me a better experience. But of course, everybody needs to be better prepared.
That's great. And anyone who has questions about this or wants to get more information, you can check out on YouTube Henry's Avalanche Talk or on our website Henry's Avalanche Talk, where safety is freedom.
Nice one.